If your lawn looks patchy, compacted, or just not growing the way it should, chances are it needs to breathe. That's where a good lawn aerator comes in. In this video, I'll talk about the 6 best lawn aerators. Whether you're on a tight budget, need one for a rooftop setup for a small backyard, or have a large property to cover, I've options lined up for every type of lawn and every kind of user. Because you need to know who it's best for and why aerating might be the simple fix your yard's been waiting for. You'll find links to the best prices for all the lawn aerators mentioned in this video in the description and top comment. Also, the lawn aerators aren't ranked in any exact order, so be sure to watch till the end to find the one that fits your needs best. Number 6 is the Yard Butler ID-6C manual. This is the most budget-friendly option on our list. It's a simple core aerator with 2 hollow tines that punch out 3.5-inch plugs every time you step on the footbar. And since the entire shaft is 37 inches tall, you can keep your back straight while working, which matters when the job lasts more than a few minutes. The frame is solid steel with a powder coat finish, so rain, wet soil, and the occasional forgotten night on the patio shouldn't cause rust in a hurry. Those cushioned grips also help when the soil turns stubborn and you need a little twist to free the tool. Now, a manual corer takes patience. On compact clay, it's better to plan short sessions and wait for a soaking, or run the sprinkler before starting. But it's worth it in the end because this core aeration lets air, water, and fertilizer slip right down to the roots, and that reduces runoff and heat stress without extra chemicals. And Yard Butler backs it with a lifetime guarantee, which is rare at this price. Overall, for small patches, townhouse yards, or anyone who just wants to skip the rental truck, this tool makes sense. Number 5 is the Greenworks 40-volt dethatcher and scarifier. This is the best pick for indirect aeration on rooftop lawns. Rooftop turf usually sits on a shallow soil tray, so pulling deep plugs isn't an option. Instead, you need to lift the dead thatch layer and scratch the surface so air can sneak in from above. That's exactly what this 2-in-1 machine does. A quick swap cartridge lets you slide in stainless steel spring tines for gentle dethatching, or switch to the scarifier reel when you want deeper grooves. The 14-inch working path covers balcony strips fast, yet the whole unit only weighs about as much as a small suitcase, so carrying it up a flight of stairs isn't a nightmare. As Dylon puts it, does exactly as intended. Wish I would have taken before and after photos, but I was able to remove several lawn and garden bags full of dead undergrowth. Highly recommend and easy to assemble. Now it has 5 depth settings that range from light tickle to a half-inch cut, and a single lever adjusts them on the fly. And because it's part of the Greenworks 40-volt family, you can also share batteries with their trimmer or blower. What I love about this aerator is you don't have to deal with gas fumes, no extension cords dangling over the railing, and almost no maintenance beyond brushing off the tines. However, it's recommended to run the machine after the second mowing of the season, then overseed and water. The tiny slits you create work like mini planting rows, and fresh seed settles in nicely for condo owners, rooftop gardeners, or anyone who hates pull-start motors. This cordless Greenworks is an easy way to breathe life into shallow soil. Number 4 is the Yaupsi Spiked Aerator. This is the minimum effort manual aerator on our list. Instead of driving hollow tubes into the ground, it rolls on a drum armed with 45 carburized steel spikes. Each spike is 30% tougher than basic mild steel, so hitting the occasional pebble won't bend the tips out of shape. The assembly process is painless. Everything on the drum arrives pre-mounted, so you only click the 4 handle sections together and tighten one knob. The total setup time is less than 10 minutes. The handle reaches 75 inches, almost eye level for most people, which means you can push or pull without stooping. That long reach, plus the round tube construction, keeps the frame rigid, so the drum stays planted and the spikes bite instead of skidding. As Rick says, "Wow, this item looks and feels like a medieval weapon, heavy with lots of strong spikes that will definitely put plenty of holes in your lawn." It feels very well made and has an adjustable length handle, which is much appreciated since I'm 6 feet 3 inches, and many tools are made too short, and I have to bend over the whole time when using them. Now, the drum is lightweight, but you don't have to load it with bricks or sand. The spike's sharp tips create the holes easily. Rolled aeration doesn't remove plugs, but it still cracks the soil surface so water can filter in rather than puddle. This aerator is perfect for weekly upkeep, especially on medium lawns where renting a machine feels overwhelming. But hand-coring every square foot would take all weekend, and if a part ever loosens, each screw already has a lock washer in place, a small touch that keeps maintenance to a minimum. Overall, the Yaupsi roller gives you broad coverage, zero gas bills, and no lower back drama. And if you want to know the latest prices for the lawn aerators discussed in this video, be sure to click the links below. That way, we'll earn commissions while the cost remains the same for you, which is a nice way to support us in making more of these videos for you. Number 3 is the Westinghouse 16-inch aerator dethatcher. This is the best dethatcher and aerator combo on the list. For homeowners who like powered convenience but don't want another engine to service, corded electric is a sweet spot. A beefy 15-amp motor spins up to 3,500 rotations per minute, driving 20 steel blades or 24 spring tines, depending on the cartridge you lock in. That power yanks out thick thatch mats and even chews into lightly compacted soil, creating channels that let roots drink deep. You get 5 working depths, from a gentle 1/4-inch lift to a 1/2-inch slice below grade, plus 3 handle angles, so you can keep your wrists neutral, whether you're tall or short. At just under 30 pounds, it's light enough to lift into a shed, and the handle folds flat with one knob, which saves floor space. There's also a 14.5-gallon collection bag snapped on the rear, so cleanup is mostly emptying thatch instead of raking stripes over and over. Though you do need an outdoor-rated extension cord and access to a socket, you don't have to worry about battery runtime or stale gas. Westinghouse covers the unit with a 2-year warranty and lifetime tech support. It's handy if you ever wonder which depth to use on cool, seasoned grass. Overall, if your yard screams for both dethatching and medium-depth aeration, and you want one plug-and-play machine to do both, this Westinghouse checks those boxes without the heft of a full commercial rig. Number 2 is the Brinley 48-inch Universal Hitch Aerator. This is the best choice for large lawns on our list. It has 4 independent tine sections carrying 32 heat-treated spoons, each one shaped like a narrow chisel so it slides in with less weight. With a full 48 inches of coverage, you can finish a football field-sized lot in a fraction of the passes a walk behind needs. A steel weight tray holds up to 200 pounds, sandbox sandbags, patio blocks, whatever you have. So those spoons pull 3-inch plugs even in summer-baked soil. Plus, the flat-free tires and a single transport lever let you hop over driveways or tree roots without stopping the tractor. And because each tine section spins on its own axle sleeve, the tool can follow uneven terrain without scalping turns. It's great if your property isn't Bowling Green flat. Brinley builds the frame, drawbar, and tray from heavy-gauge steel, and welds the tine stars solid, then backs the whole thing with US-based customer support that still stocks individual spoons if one somehow breaks. Hookup is one pin through a universal clevis, so it latches to lawn tractors, zero turns, or even light ATVs. If you already own a ride-on mower and need to open up several acres of turf every year, buying once beats renting annually. And while adding weight plates is a quick workout, riding instead of walking will save your legs when the job runs past sunset. Number 1 is the AgriFab 48-inch toe-behind lawn plug aerator. This is the best overall aerator on our list. Like the Brinley, it covers a 4-foot swath, but AgriFab outfits it with 32 galvanized knives that resist rust and slice clean cores even after seasons of wet soil. A cantilever handle raises or drops the knives in one easy motion, so you can roll across a sidewalk without leaving scratch marks. Plus, the flat-free tires keep the ride smooth, and because the frame sits on sealed bearings, there's almost no upkeep beyond a yearly squirt of grease. The plug depth is up to 3 inches, which is plenty for tall fescue, bluegrass, or any lawn that sees foot traffic and mower weight. AgriFab builds the unit in Illinois and includes a 3-year consumer warranty, which is longer than most lawn tools in the same class. You can load the tray with concrete blocks, strap down a pair of 40-pound salt bags, or fill it with landscaping pavers. The structure can take it, and if the knives dull over time, they're bolted, not riveted, so replacing or sharpening them is straightforward. Contractors appreciate that durability, but so do serious DIYers who want plug-quality holes every spring and fall without paying rental fees or sharpening real tines. Yes, the price has climbed with inflation, yet when you factor in what a rental costs each year and the luxury of sitting on a mower seat instead of wrangling a walk behind, the math still favors ownership for anyone who aerates regularly. This is what Greg says. I read all the reviews and did my homework before purchasing. This seemed like a good choice. I have a large yard. This thing works really well. Will pay for itself after using it twice, so it makes sense. As far as the assembly goes, it does take a little while and some patience. I build stuff for a living, so it really wasn't bad. Overall, for coverage, depth, build quality, and long-term value, the AgriFab stands at the top of this lineup. And that's all for today's lineup. I hope this list helped you decide on the perfect lawn aerator. And if you guys found this video valuable, we would love it if you hit that subscribe button. If you found the one you like, don't forget to check the description for links to each aerator. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.